How the heck do you know when to stop? There are 22 wonderful tunnels on a Blue Ridge Parkway ride, more than a dozen visitor centers, 17 historic attractions, nearly 300 places to pull off. You can't stop at every one of them, and trust me, some of the really choice spots won't just fall in your lap by accident. I have some favorite overlooks and places I think you need to know about. Keep watching. Hello, mountain riders. I'm Wayne from America Rides Maps. I make the most comprehensive and detailed motorcycle ride maps of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Today I want to share with you one of my favorite Blue Ridge Parkway overlooks and show you why you should visit this one too. So there are hundreds of places to pull off along the Blue Ridge Parkway and catch a scenic view or see a historic attraction or maybe take a trailhead and hike back into the backcountry. I'm sitting at one of them right now, the Richland Balsam Overlook, which is the highest point on the parkway. And this is the iconic vacation stop, especially for bikers. So when you're on your parkway trip, pull into the overlook here, go up and park right in front of the sign, back your bikes in there nice and tight for a good shot, get your group in front, and there you got it to put on Facebook or Instagram or take home and show your friends. That is the iconic vacation photo, and this is where you come to get it. Now you might think the highest point on the Blue Ridge Parkway would have the best views, and there are some really good views off in that direction. But as you can see behind me, there's a lot of trees up at this overlook, and they block a good bit of it. So you kind of miss out on a lot of the views. So I'm going to take you down the road a piece and show you a couple more overlooks where there are a little bit better views, and also they're not quite as busy and crowded. I mean, this one really draws people in because, of course, it's the iconic spot. Everybody needs that photo, and everybody wants to be at the top. But it also gets busy. People are coming and going all the time, so I prefer the solitude. Let's go see if we can find a little bit quieter place to savor those good views. It's not far to the next overlook, only 2/3 of a mile, and it's a good one, the Coe Mountain Overlook. Unlike the high spot, it doesn't have a lot of trees blocking the views, and it sits out on a point, so you get a really nice panoramic look. Off to the left is the Haywood-Jackson Overlook, and that kind of gives you a view out into the Middle Prong and Shining Rock Wilderness area and towards Cold Mountain. The views here are much better than up at the high point, but because it's so close and so quick to get to, a lot of the same people stop here, so it tends to be kind of a busy overlook.
The Coe Mountain Overlook is one of the top 10 scenic views on the Blue Ridge Parkway. The greater than 180-degree westward view from nearly 6,000 feet encompasses range after range of mountains in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. This may be the best sunset spot on the parkway. Like the high point, it's another must-do stop when you ride through.
So we've got about 2.5 miles to go to get to the overlook I want to show you. Nice stretch of road, some really good views along here of towards Waynesville. And once you get up around this curve that's coming up here, if you look down and to the left, you can catch a view of Lake Logan down there. That's a big lake. off of North Carolina 215. Popular spot. But generally I don't stop at many of the overlooks along here because they're not quite as scenic, and this is such a nice stretch of road just to ride on. Nice and curvy, flows along. It's got some really pretty spots with the rocky cuts. It's kind of fun just to lay back and enjoy the views here. This entire stretch of the road is above 5,000 feet, close to 6,000 feet. And you can see all the way down into South Carolina and Georgia. If you get a nice clear day. But the overlook we're headed for is the Cainy Fork Overlook. And like the Coe Mountain Overlook, it sits on a point jutting out into the valleys, so you get a really good view. And while there are some trees at one end of the overlook, there aren't a whole lot. And the view off to the right here is just spectacular. Cainy Fork isn't the highest point in the parkway, but it is one of the most scenic, maybe in the top 10. Because it sits on the point and the road curves around here, and it slopes down away from it on either side, you don't really see it very well approaching. And because the viewpoint is pretty far from the road, you don't recognize that there's a great view waiting for you here, so it's easy to roll on by. And that's why I kind of like this overlook. It tends to be a little more quiet because people miss it. And keep in mind, as you stop at these overlooks and look out at the mountains in the background, there is a web of roads that run through them. And my job at America Rides Maps is to find those little back roads, those two-lane wonderful twisties, map them out for you, highlight the best ones, show you the good roads that connect them all together, so you can come up to the mountains and have the best time you possibly can with the least amount of effort. I just want to make it easy and share what I know. Well, those are three really great overlooks within about a 3-mile section of the high part of the Blue Ridge Parkway here in North Carolina. And I think you'll enjoy them all. Be sure to check out my favorite here, Cainy Fork, primarily because, once again, it's not full of traffic for the most part. You get a few people popping in and out of here on occasion, but it's nothing like the High Point or Coe Mountain, which is always pretty busy. I mean, it's gorgeous. But this one is a nice place to come, and if you want to take a few minutes break, it's a good place to find that solitude. So if you like what you've seen, give us a like, give us a follow, share with your friends, and look us up at AmericaRidesMaps.com.